Good day to you, gentle person on the internet, and thank you for joining me as we have a look at the MachinEGG, the MachinEGG. However you're supposed to say that, is obviously, I think it's called a portmanteau, something like that, where they sort of combine two words into one. So obviously the machine and the egg, and this is because it is a game about selling eggs. So you have a chicken, the chicken lays some eggs, you sell the eggs, use it to buy more chickens and other various processes that then enable you to make more money and hopefully retire wealthy and comfortable. I think that's our general goal. I'm not quite sure, I haven't really played through to the end of the game, but the game does take a little while to kind of get moving, so I'll just show some basic mechanics and just say that I do heartily recommend coming to play this. It's just a link in the description, 2 clicks away. It's a fun game. It's a nice distraction for half an hour or so. So yeah, come and give it some love, give the developer some love, and yeah. So I'll show off some gameplay and things like that, and the mechanisms, and then we'll have a quick chat about the design in our usual manner. And that'll be the video. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. So to start off with, just looking at the UI, obviously it's a game name. We have 0 chickens at the moment. We have 0 money at the moment. We have a wipe save button if you wish to restart. It's interesting that it's out in the open like this, but I have clicked it and it works. What this game doesn't seem to work on is Firefox. At least I started it, I bought a chicken, and no chickens appeared. So yeah, I'm now on Chrome. It works absolutely fine in Chrome as far as I can judge. It's a pretty solid game in that context. I am on Ubuntu, so that may be an Ubuntu related thing, but I'm pretty sure I saw the dev say something that there was Firefox issues in the comments or somewhere like that. So yeah, maybe try Chrome. I don't know about Edge. I don't have Edge, so I don't know if it works there, but it probably does. But yeah, Chrome, it is fine. On the right here we have our list of things that we can purchase, which is just chicken at the moment, but you'll see more things appear as we play along. And this button just adds a description to each button, or you can just remove it, so you have only the buttons and not the description of what they're doing. I quite like that. That's quite pleasantly done. This is where the chickens live, this green area over here. This is their water, this is their food. You have to click and pay $1 to add 50 food and 50 water as it goes down, as the chickens slowly eat and drink it. If they lay an egg, the egg drops down to here. We then need to take it around through this gap over here to the market and sell it. But you can see it says egg sell, and that's how we get the money. And eventually, as we upgrade, we'll have little conveyor belts that trundle the eggs along and put them in there and all of that kind of stuff. So it is an incremental game that will be fairly active to start off with, but will slowly work its way towards being idle incremental, and it's the kind of stuff we like to see. So let us buy our first chicken and see how it works. And there is our chicken. We can't really do anything at the moment other than wait for an egg to drop. So there's a little bit of a tutorial in the lines of, it tells you to take the egg to the market. You can't take it through this green beam here. You have to take it around through the gap and then drop to the market there. And then we have another egg here, and we drop it, and let's get 2 chickens. We also have the ability to buy happy petting, which means we can pet the chickens to speed up how much they lay, how quickly they lay. I think it speeds up their laying a bit, but I have a suspicion it might also speed up how much water and food they consume. I don't know. Let's buy it. As you can see, I can now pet the chickens, and we get little hearts there, and they lay a little bit faster, and then they rush off to eat some food. Yeah, I think every time they lay an egg, it consumes some food and water from their kind of, resource stores, and then they have to go and replenish it. Someone was hungry enough to eat a little bit extra there. Maybe there's randomizers included. I don't know. Alright, we can buy another chicken. What we can also get here, is the egg ramp, which isn't hugely useful, but we might as well buy it. It's a little ramp there, so if an egg falls down and hits the ramp, it gets springed over. which is fine. it kind of only really becomes a factor later, and you'll see that once we get the conveyor belts. But it does kind of get them there. Can we get up to $5? What we can also get is magnet force, which means it adjusts the amount of eggs we can pick up at once. So I can now carry 2 eggs at once. And also it means that when I'm scooping and I go near an egg, it gets kind of sucked in from a little bit further away, so I can very quickly and easily grab big bunches of eggs and things like that. So yeah, that's our basic mechanism to start off with. Let's get a couple more chickens in there. We've got 5 chickens. We now need to keep a closer eye on the food, because they will start to get panic, and then it will eventually die if they run out of food. So yeah, it's quite important to keep an eye on the food that they have. Keep them from dying. Keep us sort of making more. And we can rub them over and give them some pets. Speed up their laying. Watching that food. I'm just trying to get up to $25, which is a little way away. We can increase the value, each value of the egg. So now instead of $1, each egg now gives us $1.50. And obviously, there doesn't seem to be, like this one, you can see there's little squares underneath, and that sort of shows you the level of it. So once it hits to the end, it maximizes out. And if we put the information thing out, we can see the ones we've already bought that are maxed out. So this hides them from us. Food is getting quite low there. Let's top it up. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying. So these have a max, but egg value does not seem to have a max. So we can, in theory, just keep increasing the value that we get for our eggs as we go on. Now we have a farm belt, so we can purchase this, and this is our first kind of step of automation. This will trundle the eggs over to the end. And I'm sure you also notice that the eggs don't fall onto the egg ramp, except they bump it and they get knocked on a little bit. Yeah, so I was wondering what the point of the egg ramp is. But it becomes a little bit of value later, because you get another belt, you get the storage belt over there, that will then trundle the eggs to the market automatically. And eventually, when you get enough chickens, the eggs pile up so much that they do stack over and hit that thing, which knocks them further on, prevents a sort of a big pile appearing over there. So yeah, which is nice. So let's try and get to 100 so we can get the storage belt. But the question I do have is this: we have this magnet force here, and you have to wonder, with this and with other mechanisms, like there's an egg washer that the eggs have to pass underneath to increase their value. Less and less you want to touch the eggs, quote unquote manually, because they the more you do it. Sorry. Go eat go drink your water. I wasn't watching the food. Anyway, so yeah, so the more you touch the eggs manually, the less value they will have in sort of the future of the gameplay. So this becomes something that you really don't want to spend money onto, because you don't want to ever be in a situation where you touch that. So you do have to wonder kind of what the point is there of having magnet force and the other manual processes. It's like they are a bad investment, and they will just sit and clog up your shop cell here unless you just waste money on them just to get them away. So yeah, I mean, it's like I get the short-term desire to have the manual things there, but in the long term they are a net loss. So I would almost say you can remove this stuff from the game. Maybe give the sort of a couple of the upgrades as your start point, and then just let the player just focus on just doing the automation and getting the idle system set up, which, as you can see, we now have. And yeah, so the game is, as I said at the beginning, it's just a little slow to start up with. As you can see, we're kind of just waiting for the things to roll across here. We can boost the egg value a bit, that'll help speed things up a bit. And at $1,000 we get the egg washer, which is a little spray thing over here that the eggs pass underneath, and it sort of boosts their value. And other upgrades come in as we get there. Let's buy another chicken. Just got to watch the food. I do want to get to the point where we have bigger food troughs, which are a thing. Speed it up a bit by grabbing some of these distant ones, moving them to the drop-in place. Let's get those. But we are able to buy upgrades to the food things. I think it's when we have a certain number of chickens, actually. So there we go. We can now increase the food and the water, and then after we buy a certain number of those, we get to start buying automation for the food and the water, and we really get pretty idle at that point. So I guess that's kind of what we're working towards here. And you know what? I think that's enough of the gameplay that I'm showing. I think you can see the mechanisms here. You can see where it is going. So I'm going to carry on fiddling with the game while I talk about things. But if you are primarily just here to see a little bit of the gameplay, well, thank you for watching. I do recommend going to go and play the game. The link is in the description. This is a fun game to play. I do heartily recommend it. So thank you for joining me. I messed it up. I wasn't watching things. Yeah, thank you for joining me, and I hope this has been interesting. Let's try and accelerate things a little bit for them so we can get the auto food and, at least the increase in volume of food and water in there a little bit quicker. Yeah, so that's all I really have to say about the general gameplay. So don't forget to like or dislike if you'd like to dislike this video, not the game. If you'd like to dislike the game, go and tell the dev on his itch.io page, or you can tell him in the comments here if you want, but he's more likely to see it in the itch.io page. But if you'd like to dislike the video and me showing it and anything I've done, then hit that like or dislike button right here, and then leave a comment telling me why you liked or disliked it, because it will help me to know those things so I can get better at making videos. And that really is my goal here. I want to be better at it. Let's speed the farm belt up a bit. And then don't forget to subscribe if you want to see indie games reviewed every day. I have a look every day. I go and find a little indie game, normally a little browser game somewhere on itch.io, and I go, this looks interesting, let me show it to you guys, and then I make a video on it. So if you as a subscriber, you should see a video arrive every day about a game to go and entertain yourself with for a short period of time. I'm wasting a bit of money here because I'm keeping the food topped up, but I don't want to make the chickens sick. So I'm buying earlier than I strictly need to, but if I don't do that, then I will lose track of when there's no food or water, and the chickens will have no food and water and will panic, and then they'll be mad at me. Let's boost the egg value. Right, so the critiques. So if you are here just for the gameplay, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. If you're here for the critiques, well, the UI is where I normally start. There are no quality of life sound controls because there is no there's no music or anything like that. Actually, there is music. You can buy a radio a little bit later, which apparently the chickens like. it plays kind of a chiptune sound. It's not really that pleasant. And I think you click it to turn it off. While I'm trusting, still get the effects of it. It wasn't quite clear about that, but yeah, so I didn't like that. Anyway, there are still no quality of life sound controls where you can turn like background music off and leave sounds on and things like that. I think it does need background music, some kind of lo-fi vibe with some kind of country element to it would be very pleasant indeed, I feel. Let's speed a few of these up. Let's increase the egg value. Yeah, so talking about the sounds, the sounds in general are quite nice. You've got the gentle clucking of the chickens. It does need like lo-fi background music. You've got the faint ching of the stuff going into there. I don't think any more sounds are really needed other than the background music that I would hardly recommend. It's enough as it is. It's a relaxing game. You just need to chill out and watch your chickens and make sure that they remain fed. That's really what it boils down to, and this is a very chill out game experience, which is one of the things that attracted me to it. I do like relaxation games. Let's make these guys egg a little bit faster, shall we? However, talking of the UI, I don't like this shop thing. I prefer the shop to be on a separate page. This would be nice if this was a little bit bigger. And kind of in an entirely visible kind of upgrade tree, so you can see what upgrades are coming and what things you need to get and what things you need to work for, and possibly what you need to unlock to get the next upgrade in there, because at the moment it's not really being very comfortable in how it allows me to choose my upgrade path, because I don't know what unlocks further things. Like I know there's automated food in there. What unlocks the ability to buy that automation? I think it's buying more levels of max food and max water, but I don't know that. That was an assumption that I made based on what I kind of saw how the game responded. So like, yeah, what do I, what do I go for? How do we get those things included in here? I don't know. Yeah, the upgrade UI needs work, quite a bit of. Other than that, I think the UI is fine. I think it looks good. I just think this needs to be a separate page that you open up to do things, and it needs to be a proper tree where all of the upgrades are visible, plus information on how to upgrade them. That's the summary of that particular critique. The sounds, we've already spoken about the sounds. The artwork, I think the game looks fine. It looks pretty enough. It is visually fit for purpose, I would call it. Yeah, I've got nothing to complain about the art. Which brings us to the gameplay. Like I did say before, some of these upgrades kind of cancel themselves out as you get other upgrades. So like all the stuff about manually doing things becomes pointless for me to buy if I just wait to buy the automation things as soon as I get to them. So yeah, why are they there? Why do I need to get better at refilling manually if I'm going to buy the things that refill automatically? Is that like a patience test? Am I spending more in-game money because I am less patient? I don't know. I like the fact that the game gets to an idle rather than starts off as an idle, but I don't like the weird deviances on things to buy on the way there. I don't get it. There is a helicopter going overhead, so apologies if you hear that, but I can't shut out all of the sounds of the world. I don't know. I think think the upgrade thing needs some considerations and some craft references and things like that, so it becomes a little more pleasant to use. Oh, egg washer. There's egg washer. As you can see, it washes the eggs as they go past, and then their value goes up. And really, the final critique is just the kind of the immersion. You see that there, as I think I might have mentioned, this is another reason why you want to move away from the automatic things, because if I take this egg and I go and put it away, I only get $25 for it. But if I take an egg that has been washed, it's $50. So I really don't want to touch the eggs. I want them to do this thing. So why am I then sinking money into magnet force? You know, it's a question. It's like, yes, I get it. It's part of the gameplay flow and the balance and the decisions made and blah blah blah. But I don't think it's really a viable kind of logic. If I buy another chicken, can I then buy a rooster? Yes. All right. I'll buy more max food. I have to buy 4 points of max food. I'm trying to remember how I unlock the thing that then automatically drops the food in there, and I don't remember if it's just max food or if I'm forced to buy the refill points and refill to get it. So I guess we'll find out. I'm hoping not, because I don't like the idea of being forced down an inefficient path. But yeah, look, that's really all the critiques I have to give about it. I like this game. I think it is really, really good. I think it is very, very enjoyable to play. I think it's comfortable. I think the upgrade path is a little weird, but setting that aside, I think this is, as idle incrementals go, a good one. It's comfortable, it's good sounding, it's relaxing, it's cute, it's easily understandable, and I have fun with it. Let's buy some points in that. And yeah, come and play it. Links in the description. The dev will be pleased to see you guys coming to play it. Thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.